Our office is located in the governor's office, and we serve people with disabilities and the disability community in relations to policy and also just constituent services. We're here to celebrate the Inclusive Art Program and our Gold Awards, and we will be giving awards to many deserving recipients. The people that we serve are amazing Louisiana citizens that have so much potential and so much to give to our great state, and we're glad to be here today to celebrate some of them. Welcome to the Governor's Outstanding Leadership and Disability Awards. Thank you for being here to honor many of our leaders in the disability community. This event is possible because of our staff in the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs, Keandria KJ Henry, and Liam Doyle. Congratulations to all of the Gold Award recipients, and thank you for your example of service and leadership in the disability community. Gold Award recipients understand the importance of their role in the communities and in our state. The people we are recognizing know that we are to take nothing for granted. The progress we've made has been because of the hard work of disability advocates who choose not only to protect their rights, but look out for the rights of others. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for your example of service and leadership. Now it is my privilege to introduce our next speaker, who has always been a champion for people with disabilities. His presence at the Gold Awards every year and his support of the work that we are here to recognize and celebrate demonstrates his commitment. Our accomplishments on disability issues during his administration as governor is unmatched in the history of our state. It is bittersweet that this is our last Gold Awards of his administration. It has been the honor of my lifetime to serve in his administration, and an honor for me to present to you the governor of our great state, Governor John Bel Edwards.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Good morning, everybody, or rather, good afternoon. I was at a groundbreaking a while back in southwest Louisiana, and it was just a torrential, this was years ago, torrential downpour. And some of the investors in the project were from Korea and Japan. And they let me know that was a wonderful thing because they regard rain on any big day as a blessing. I am so thankful of that rain out there today, though, because we've been in drought for so long and we've needed a long and sustained soaking rain. And I think it's going to rain today and tomorrow and Wednesday. And I mention that to you because I pray that this is also a sign of God's blessing on you all and on your work and on the people that you work for. That's certainly the way that I am going to take it, and I'm going to give thanks to that. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 2023 Gold Awards. The governor's Outstanding Leadership in Disabilities, that's what GOLD stands for. And I want to start by talking about the young lady who just introduced me, and that's Bambi, for her leadership, her tireless work, her advocacy at the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs over the last 8 years. This is a very bittersweet time for me. Just about, well, not just about now, every time I do something that I only do once a year, and pretty soon, for things I only do once a month, I'll be doing them for the last time as governor. I am so proud of Bambi and her leadership. I'm proud of everybody who currently works at the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs, who has previously worked, because if you look back at the listing of things that have been accomplished over the 8 years for the people in our state who have disabilities, and the work being done by the advisory council and so forth. It is extraordinary. I mean, just truly extraordinary, and it is. I am inspired by the goodness and decency of the people of our state, and I say this all the time because it's true. But you all, the people in this room, your goodness and decency is just so remarkable, and it truly is inspiring to me, and I think inspiring to others to emulate you in your service. And that really is why we have the Gold Awards, to recognize you all, to thank you for your service, but also to make sure that the example you set is one that is shared with more people around the state so that they too can be inspired to better serve our state and those with disabilities. So Bambi, on behalf of the 4.7 million people in our state, the vast majority of whom probably don't know you or your name or the office that you lead, thank you so much for the work that you've done every single day. And we do have, and I'm not going to single out everybody who's being recognized today, but two of the individuals here are very dear friends of mine and have been for a long time, and they've had a great position from which to lead in all areas relating to our state. But their compassion and their goodness, their decency is just remarkable. And their track record of work on behalf of everyone in our state, but particularly those who, for whatever reason, may be vulnerable, is without match. And so I want to thank Senator Fred Mills and Senator Gerald Boudreaux, who are both here with us. Thank you so much. So I'm not going to be too long today. As Bambi said, I've been to each of the Gold Awards held while I was governor. And the one that I missed, we all missed, and that was back in 2020. But there were a number of things that we've been able to accomplish together. And she gave you the full listing, and I'm going to go over just a few of those in just a moment. But what we can never talk about and articulate and list for the people of our state are all the individual actions happening in communities all across our state every single day to better serve all of our brothers and sisters with disabilities. And that's because you're doing them. You're doing them every day, and you don't do them for the recognition, but you are making a tremendous difference for people all across our state. And so I thank you all for that. But then getting together and working together, we have been able to accomplish some other things. So for example, in terms of making Louisiana a better place, more accessible place, an inclusive place to live, to work, and so forth, we have raised the rates for home and community-based waivers. When I became governor, we had a $2 billion deficit, and a lot of people were looking for projects and programs to cut or to eliminate. That was not my mindset at all, and that wasn't the mindset of Senator Mills or Senator Boudreaux either. And so we set about first stabilizing our finances and then growing them over time and making needed investments. And the increased amount we've been able to invest in community-based waivers, I think has been truly significant. We have funded comprehensive dental services for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We have funded cameras in special education classrooms across the state. We've also made employment of people with disabilities a real priority. You may remember that I signed an executive order many years ago creating the State as a Model Employer Task Force and requiring state agencies to develop a plan to increase employment of people with disabilities within their agencies. Through this work, the Louisiana Employment First Report and the Louisiana Employment Resource Guide were developed. And then there's a whole litany of other progress that has been made, from voting rights. I mean, you just name it. And one of the goals that I had as governor was to have the most diverse, inclusive administration in our state's history. And I can tell you, we delivered on that promise. And not for the sake of the optics, although I think the optics are important. I think that everybody, every young man and woman, every boy and girl deserve to see somebody in state government in a position of authority who looks like they do. It can inspire them to know that they too can serve in similar capacities. But it really wasn't about the optics. It was really about the quality that can only come from diversity. Because look, I have nothing against white men. I happen to be a white man. But if everybody's sitting around the table trying to figure out what our most pressing issues are, and then coming up with policies and initiatives to address those issues, if everybody looks like me, there will be problems we never recognize, and there will be solutions that we never contemplate. Well, the same thing is true with people with disabilities. If you have everybody sitting around the table, and no matter how well-meaning they are, no matter how well educated they are, and in what capacity they work, but if everybody's sitting around the table trying to figure out how to make life better for those with disabilities, if none of them have disabilities, it really is extremely hard to do. And that's why I appreciate Not About Us Without Us. I mean, that's what the disability community is saying there. And so I really appreciate all of y'all's efforts. Today, we are going to honor some truly incredible individuals who absolutely represent the very best of our state. These awards are given to men and women, boys and girls, who have been nominated because they go above and beyond every single day to improve the lives of individuals with disabilities. And they represent a very wide variety of our population. Some are self-advocates, advocating for themselves and family members and so forth. Some are volunteers, some are service providers. And I do think it's important that we take the time to recognize these individuals because the work that they do 99.9% of the time flies under the public radar. And they don't really seek the spotlight, but it's proper on occasion to shine the spotlight on these individuals nonetheless, to thank them, and then again, so that their service can inspire other people. Many people never understand how fiercely individuals living with disabilities have to advocate for themselves and their families until it's their loved one who is in need of assistance. So I want to thank all of you for your selfless work on behalf of Louisianans with disabilities. I encourage you, I'm going to be praying for you to keep up your amazing work. Keep advocating to make Louisiana a better place, because while I'm very proud of the progress that we've made, this is one of those areas where we will never spike the ball in the end zone and say, okay, we've won. Mission accomplished. We're done. Every single day there is more work to do. And that will be the case for all of our lives, and then for subsequent generations too. And so some people can see that and they say, well, then what's the purpose? Well, the purpose is so that today is better than yesterday, and that tomorrow will be even better than today. And when you make people's lives better, you are doing the Lord's work. And there's no group of people in our state doing the Lord's work better than the people in this room today. So on behalf of the state of Louisiana, I thank you, and God bless you, and God bless the great state of Louisiana.
We are so excited to not only have the current Governor's Office of Disability Affairs staff presenting awards today, but we also have past GOLDA staff presenting as well. Attorney Jamar Ennis, Dr. Melanie Washington, Jessica Lewis, Jolyn Jolivet, Alicia Vaillant, and Lillian Dejean will be on the program and will always be a part of our team.
We love you, Senator Boudreaux, and appreciate everything you have done for us.
We never do enough for our veterans. We never do enough for those most in need. And I know Senator Mills is going to share this. I'm sharing it with Senator Mills because he was in the Senate before me, and he's a guy who showed me some of the important things. You know, a lot of people sponsor bills that make you, public out there. You fight for things, but Senator Mills has fought for things that people run from, and I've learned from that. I'll just close by just saying, as a legislator, I look at it as my job to balance the playing field, just to give all of those of us who work and serve in the disability community that quality of life that we take for granted every day because we were truly blessed with a lot more physical and motor skills. So I accept this on behalf of all of the legislators, and I ask you to join me in prayer as we send Governor Edwards off after 8 years, that our next governor understands how important this is, and that we as advocates remain active, and those elected officials who I will continue to serve with for the next 4 years, never forget those most in need. Thank you all, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Fred Mills.
First of all, let's give Bambi and her staff a huge round of applause. I'll be brief also, and I want to thank Senator Boudreaux. He is just, we need to give him another round of applause. His heart is as big as this building. Thank you, Senator. I just want to say something that I have learned so much from you. You're the kindest people I have ever met. Every time you would come to the Capitol, you advocated a position from a position of love. You never complained. And I think if we had more people advocating for their passion like you advocate for your passion, we'd have a much better world. You know how to do it with absolute grace and sincerity, and the success that you do have, or Senator Boudreaux and I have had, and the governor's had, and Bambi and the staff has had, is because of you. And I want to thank you. And I just have a few weeks left in office, and I've received a few awards in my life, but you saved the best for last, and you really made my heart warm with your love. Thank you all very much, and God bless y'all. Thank you.
Let me introduce Dr. Jim Mitchell, my dear friend.
And the conspiracy that nominated me for this award, Charles and Bo. But I'm afraid this selection has been stolen. Everybody knows that Bambi is the public servant of the year. I'm not going to bore you with all the stuff that John was talking about, because that's not why I'm here. I'm not here for past heroics on the track, awards I've earned, the team I led that evacuated 1.4 million people in front of Katrina, the national, international recognitions I've gotten for the geographic information systems that I implemented at DOTD. That's not why I'm here. I'm here for the things that I've done for myself. This is, like was stated earlier, self-advocacy. I feel a little bit, like this is like enlightened self-interest. I do this because it's going to help me, and I do it because it's going to help, the community. There are a lot of people that are public servants whose job it is to help the disability community. That's not my job. I'm an IT guy, the guy everybody loves to hate. Everybody hates IT. But anyway, so when times get tough and things get hard, I think of some words that come from Pink Floyd. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Would you exchange a walk-on part in the war for the lead role in a cage? If you have a disability, you got the walk-on part in the war. It's your decision whether you're going to take the lead role in a cage. So please join me and do what we can to help the disability community of Louisiana. Thank you.
She is a prime example of an advocate committed to the field of special education and career education and transition of students with disabilities. Dr. Beckers.
I am both honored and humbled to receive this award. In the 31 years I have been an educator, a special educator, my career began working with the most challenging students in public school education, although it was the most rewarding probably of my entire career of 31 years. As a higher education faculty member, I recruit, teach, and I'm not quite sure the word, but our undergraduate students who share the same passion as I do to make a difference in the lives of individuals with disabilities. We right now are in a critical shortage of highly qualified special education teachers, so I think it's so valuable to have these young people entering our field. The graduate students who are in the classrooms, who come back to college to improve their abilities to work with our students, it's instrumental. We need good certified teachers for our students with disabilities. And most recently, the work I've done for the Inclusive Post-Secondary Education, LPI, it gives the opportunity for our students to go and have a post-secondary experience. And I was asked when I was in the testifying at the legislation, which was new for me as an educator, why? I'm like, why not? Why not? Why shouldn't our students with disabilities have the same opportunities as every other student in our state to receive a post-secondary experience? So I'm very thankful for the opportunities of the teachers I've met along the way, the legislators I've met along the way, the parents, the advocates, and the students with disabilities themselves who become advocates as they grow older because they become the next generation of helping us as educators improve the education and the lives of students with disabilities in our state. So again, thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to nominate him, and that is why I'm glad he is receiving the Veteran of the Year award. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Ganocho, Veteran of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow advocates, I stand before you today deeply humbled and incredibly honored to receive this prestigious award. This recognition is not just a personal achievement, but a testament to the collective efforts of a remarkable group of people who have supported and inspired me along this transformative journey. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Tiffany Richard, a fellow board member at the Autism Society of Acadiana, who believed in my advocacy and nominated me for this award. The entire board, a group of extraordinary individuals, has been instrumental in amplifying my voice and advocating for the crucial needs of youth transitioning into adulthood. I must also acknowledge the unwavering support of Donnie Fontenot, my VFW post commander, who not only provided opportunities for me to serve fellow veterans in UNIS, but also became a pillar of support, akin to a brother, especially during challenging times. My gratitude extends to Jamie Duplichin and Sharon Hennessy of People First of Louisiana, as well as Nicole Scott Johnson Flores and Christy Curtis of Families Helping Families of Acadiana. for embracing grassroots disabilities advocacy and allowing me to be part of a movement that strives for inclusivity and equal opportunities. A special mention goes to Dr. Phil Wilson and the LSU HSC LEND program for providing a platform for me to share my perspectives as an autistic adult with educators and service providers. Their commitment to understanding diverse experiences is truly commendable. Last but certainly not least, my deepest appreciation goes to my wife, Cassie. Her unwavering support and encouragement has been my anchor, pushing me to discover a renewed sense of purpose, facing medical discharge and subsequent autism diagnosis as an adult. In giving these incredible individuals the only thing I had to offer, time, I received something far greater in return, and that was purpose. Together, we are working towards a common mission, much like I had as my role in the Marine Corps as a force multiplier in the War on Terror. Only today, I find myself becoming a force multiplier in my community, contributing to a collective effort against inequity. As I reflect on my journey, I am reminded of the power of dedicating just a few hours a week to a cause we all hold dear. Each one of us has the ability to be the change we wish to see in a world that may seem unfair, unkind, or too slow to change. I am truly grateful for the support that has brought me this moment, and I accept this award with a commitment to continue encouraging others to invest their time to meaningful causes as well. To everyone here today and those across St. Landry, Acadia, and Evangeline parishes, please consider supporting Toys for Tots this holiday season, which is my current mission that requires collective effort and dedication. Thank you all for having me here today. Let us continue to work together, dedicating our time to make a positive impact and be the change we aspire to see in the world.
This family truly has dedicated their lives to helping individuals with disabilities and the elderly. They are true servants in the definition of selflessness. It gives me great joy to present to you Family of the Year, the Crater family.
Good afternoon. What an honor it is to be in a building so full with amazing individuals. Danielle and I don't feel we deserve this award. When we found out we were selected as Family of the Year, we were speechless and touched to have been considered and chosen. As I started to write some notes on what we would say today, Danielle and I both had tears in our eyes, and she quickly nominated me to do the speaking. So please bear with me. First, we'd like to thank everyone who took time to write letters of recommendation and nominate our family. It is a blessing to be surrounded and supported by such a great group of people. We learned this nomination was started with our Southwest Louisiana Independent Center and the statewide Independent Living Council. Thank you all to all the members of both organizations. Thank you to Mr. Randy Dortez, who's the Executive Director of SLIC, and to Mr. Jamar Enos, who's the Executive Director for Statewide Independent Living Council. We appreciate all the kind words. So it's said it takes a village to raise a kid. It's taken us a mini city to care for and raise the triplets. There are many people deserving recognition today. It's not just the family you see here on the stage that's honored with the award, but a large group of people in our mini city. So thank you to all the direct support workers, nurses, and staff who've helped out over the years. Without their love and support, I don't know how we could have made it through each day. We consider them all to be part of our family. Thank you to the grandparents. They've been there since day one, providing love, guidance, and support. From sleepless nights in the NICU and ICU to babysitting so we can have adult nights out for ourselves, even staying overnight some nights so we can have a night away. We love you all. A special thank you goes to Danielle's sister, Darby Conco. Danielle informed me she was the one who took her under her wing and taught her everything about services available for the boys. You set a strong foundation for where we are today. We love you so much. It's this foundation and guidance that started Danielle on the path to being an advocate, and helping those in need. The boys have helped grow this love and give us strength each day to put one foot in front of the other. It is Danielle and I's passion for advocacy and helping starts right here with these boys. At birth, the doctors were not sure if Gavin would survive. Today, he's a senior at Southside High School and has been accepted to UL Lafayette. Thank you for helping out every chance you get and having a kind and patient heart. We're proud of you and love you very much. Almost done. Thank you, Hadley, for being an amazing big brother. When Hadley played sports, he always wore the number 3. Danielle never knew why he would wear this number, but a couple years ago, he informed us he wore the number to represent his triplet brothers. Thank you for being an amazing son and helping out when your brothers. Your heart is one of compassion and love. It has not gone unnoticed, and we love you very much. Last and certainly not least, we want to thank God for giving us the daily strength needed to keep it all together. Thank you for providing us an amazing family and community that supports us. In closing, through our work with Southwest Louisiana Independence Center, we encounter many families we feel are more deserving. So thank you all for one final time.
Our son was granted 10 miracles to remain on this earth, 15 and a half years beyond what science offered as the probability. Don't let the world put limitations on you. You are a bumblebee, and you too can fly high. Josh, I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award than you. I know Braden is proud of you too. Well done, good and faithful servant. May you carry Braden's memory and honor him, continuing your amazing care for others. We believe you will excel wherever you go from here. We are forever grateful for all you've done for our family.
Man, quite an introduction, gotta tell you. Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Mujo. Firstly, I want to say it is an honor to be here celebrating this achievement with all of you here today. Special and sincere thanks to all those who took the time and effort to nominate me for this award. I can honestly say I will never find another family like the Wilsons. Cody, Brad, Layla, and Braden have always made me feel so welcome in their home, like a true member of their family. And what a talented, hardworking family they are. Spending the last 7 years caring for their son Braden has brought value, compassion, trust, and knowledge into my life and position. It was an environment where my energy, effort, and passion were invaluable, not only for my development as a nurse, but for Braden's development as a young man. I will always be thankful for your family for providing me an environment where this level of care was possible. Because of this, I can say that, like a fine wine, I continue to become better with time. Keeping Braden out of the hospital for so long is proof of my constant devotion to nursing and your family, and I wear it like a badge of honor, not only of what I can do, but what I will continue to do after this award. The next group of people I'd like to thank is Aviana and their current administration. Aviana Healthcare has been instrumental in my growth as a nurse and a human being. Specifically, I'd like to thank Ashley, Dorla, and Brianna for always being in my corner. Hopefully they're still in my corner when I ask for a raise after this award. Special thanks to all the other families and nurses I've had the pleasure of working with. I take comfort in thinking Braden is here now, watching over the ceremony with his wings, with pride in his heart for his best friend, caregiver, and nurse. Thank you all.
Michael has set the tone for his employees, always encouraging and understanding, and everyone in his department is very fond of him. Over the years, employees have appreciated and accepted Michael as their leader and have adopted his positive attitude and demeanor. Thank you all so very much.
On behalf of Chase, I would like to thank Governor Edwards and the Office of Disability Affairs for the honor of receiving this award. I would also like to thank Deidre and Etta from the amazing organization of ARCO for their nomination and their selfless work for the community. This program is possible due to the efforts of our Chase Business Solutions team, known as the BEST team, in partnership with ARCO and our Monroe staff. I'm so thankful for our BEST team's outstanding work sourcing talent and making Chase an accessible and inclusive work environment. They are the driving force that makes the impossible possible. I am thankful for our Chase leadership in Monroe, Janice Garrison and Heath Futch, for having the faith and trust in me to lead an amazing team. They have challenged me to be my best self, and I am grateful for the opportunity to employ clients of ARCO. This program could not be possible without our dedicated staff and their daily contributions to make this program a success. They are the main reason for this award. Lastly, our Chase Operations Center in Monroe celebrated its 30th anniversary this year, and now we're expanding our footprint with a new operations center in Ruston. We break ground on Thursday of this week. It is programs like our BEST program that make Chase a great place to work. As a firm, we remain committed to being an accessible and inclusive workplace in the communities where we live and operate. Thank you again for recognizing J.P. Morgan Chase, and I look forward to bringing this home to Monroe. Thank you.
She also volunteers for her church. She is a gentle, kind, energetic, and loving person. She's always eager to assist and do whatever she is asked to do with a smile on her face and love in her heart. Effie.
I could not have done it with so many people that are around. To my co-workers, to my people that are the bosses, and to the people that are there to show me what to do and to help me to learn things that I haven't done before. I give great honors to each of them, especially to the young man that I work with Dadrick, and he's with honor. And some of the greatest ones that I work with are the ladies that are there each day to help me. It is great to be able to do some things that we know that will help others along the way. And I thank God each day for Alzheimer's and for Charlie's Place and for the love that each of us have for each other. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for having us and for honoring our beloved Mr. T as Service Animal of the Year for the great state of Louisiana. I've had the pleasure of working at the Art Catobozier's GREAT program for 23 years, having a career which allows me to combine my love of horses and passion for helping individuals with disabilities has been incredible. Our program, as Kristen said, has 17 therapy horses, all of which are special. However, there are a few standouts, and Mr. T is one of them. Mr. T has been in our program for 10 years, and he has a gift that helps improve the lives of individuals with disabilities, physically, emotionally, socially, and cognitively. He is an essential part of our team, and he understands the magnitude and importance of his work. He does it with compassion and kindness, and he loves being a part of a program that helps make a difference in the lives of so many people. His kind, inquisitive, and playful personality makes him everyone's favorite. Again, thank you so much for honoring Mr. T, and we appreciate this prestigious award. If you're ever in Northwest Louisiana, we would love to have you to our program to meet Mr. T. Thank you.
He's done a lot in a short period of time, and I look forward to seeing what he will do to change the world moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Ken Vince Memorial Award recipient, Mark Raymond, Jr.
Right before we got on stage, I told Q I wanted her to talk about me the way they talked about that horse, and she didn't. So I just want that to be noted, because I am joyful and playful too, and I think that's what makes our working environment so amazing. 7 years ago, I was introduced to the disability community very unexpectedly, like most of us are. What I've learned in that time is that inclusion and all of the things that it takes for anybody to live a high quality of life we deserve, whether that's access into old buildings, accessible transportation options, all of the things. Yet, very often it just seems like the very accessibility we're looking for is just so far out of reach. And doing this work, waking up every day, focused on making the lives of people with disabilities better, it really lights my fire when I embrace those challenges and those barriers. But days like today make the work worth it. And so I'm thankful and humbled to be here to receive this award today. And I look forward to continuing the journey. I also want to give Bambi a huge shout out because she is probably the hardest working person in disability advocacy and affairs ever. So let's round of applause for Bambi. And lastly, to my mother and my family who have been committed to this journey and making sure that I live a high quality of life so I can make the impact and wake up and do the work. I don't know where my mother went, but thank you. Oh, there's Mom. Hey, Mom. And then lastly, to my staff, Q and Mary and the rest of the team in New Orleans, and as we expand, you guys make the work easy. You make it fun, you bring your passion and your energy and your joy into a space that can often be painful and hard. I think hard is just the right word. But you do it with such poise, and you do it every day with the same level of energy and charisma that we need to tackle some of these issues. And so I'm extremely grateful to work alongside and for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here today to introduce a woman that many of you may already know from her long tenure for disability advocacy in the state of Louisiana and beyond, and that is Dr. Ashley Volion. Dr. Volion could not be with us today, but she is watching via live stream, so if we want to give her a round of applause, she can hear it. Dr. Volion embodies so much of what Patsy Beret embodied. Similarly, and in particularly, a tenacious spirit and work in the advocacy, legislature, and community. Dr. Volion did send a few words with me to share with you all that I will read now. Good evening. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining this special occasion dedicated to celebrating the remarkable individuals who have been at the forefront of advancing the cause of inclusivity and justice for those with disabilities in Louisiana. Regrettably, I cannot be there today due to my ongoing recovery from COVID, which has left my immune system on the mend. Winning this prestigious Patsy Beret Memorial Award has left me both astonished and deeply honored. The achievements that have led to this recognition are not solely mine. They are the collective result of the support and collaboration within my community and the individuals who have stood beside me. This award is a testament to the dedication of many who have worked tirelessly to ensure equality, justice, and dignity for people with disabilities. It is a reflection of the collective effort, and I'm privileged to be a part of that community that values and champions the rights of every individual, regardless of ability. Once again, thank you all for this incredible honor. I look forward to continuing our shared commitment to making a positive impact in the lives of those we serve. And that was Dr. Ashley Volion.
And today I'd like to honor Vivian.
of all of her accomplishments, this one has been the most, I think, to her. Because when she went to put her portfolio together, she was worried because she wasn't enough. And honey, I think you're enough.
I would like to thank the past director of the Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council, Amy DeVille, the current director, Ebony Haven, our data dude, Brenton, the council staff, past and present council members for never discriminating against me for my age, Mitch Iddens for showing me how it's done, and I would like to thank Robert Patty for inspiring me to join the council. I would also love to thank Bambi Pizzola for always supporting me and respecting me. In addition, of course, I have to thank Lillian for always being a friend and inspiring me. It was a blast working wildlife with them and helping it come to fruition. One day we will have party hats at the council and hopefully also a disco ball. And of course, thank you for my mom for teaching me to stand up for what's right and for driving me to wherever I need to be to do that.
I'm Rashard Bristow, and I'm here. It's a very easy task for me. I'm here to speak about someone who had impacted my life since 2007. And 16 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet Gail Dean. She was executive director of New Horizons Independent Living Center, and she had such a footprint in the disabilities community. She spoke softly, but her words carried so much weight. She was also one who, every time you saw her, she was with a smile. And you never knew if you really got under her skin because she smiled anyway. The thing about Gail was she believed in other people. She saw in them what sometimes they could not see in themselves. And in the process, she was executive director of New Horizons Independent Living Center. She was a board member of the Advocacy Center at the time. Now it's recognized as Disability Rights. She sat on the Silk Council, and she just touched so many lives. If you can ever say someone had a domino effect, it was Anna Gail Dean. On April 18th, God made the decision, told Gail her advocacy was over. It was time for her to come get her rest. But her daughter's here to receive the award upon her behalf. Stacy.
According to the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. Also noting that true leaders take risks and challenge status quo while motivating others to achieve something new and better. My mother was definitely a leader. Whether she was at home, at work, or promoting her hobbies and passions, she excelled in every position she ever held and had the ability to work alongside anyone. Mom wanted her advocacy for inclusion to not only be heard throughout her life, but also carried on after her last breath was taken, going as far as being adamant that necessary accommodations be made for those who wish to attend her celebration of life. Some accommodations were, but not limited to, a sign language interpreter for the hearing impaired and adequate access for those with mobility issues. She faced each challenge head-on, one example being the transformation of the statewide Independent Living Council that was once a part of the governor's office, but now has the privilege and responsibility to function as an autonomous entity because my mom fought and advocated for it to become what it is today. Her work was not only a labor of love, but a ministry to glorify her Lord and Savior. While Mom did not look for special recognition or accolades for her work, she would be honored to know that she has not only been nominated, but also selected to be the recipient of the Distinguished Merit Award. As her daughter and spokesperson for her family, I would like to say thank you on her behalf and ours. We are truly honored that she has been given the opportunity to receive this award. Thank you to those who made this possible. We know it has been a collective effort to honor such an amazing woman as Gail Dean. She makes us all proud. Rest in peace, Mom. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Thanks for your leadership abilities. We love you and miss you dearly. Thanks again for the honor of this award.
Now we will recognize the Governor's Advisory Council on Disability Affairs members who have actively served the majority of this term from 2020 through 2023. And as I call your name, please quickly make your way to the center of the stage, and one of our GOTA staff, past and present, as you see, some familiar faces, they will give the awards to you. And Dr. Andrea Lowe, Bo Ellerby, Jessica Michaud, Dr. Jim Mitchell. You can just stay right here. Karen Collins. Kelly Monroe. Mary Bro. Dr. Mary Bro, I should say. Nicole Flores. Tim Delaney. And Tori Rocca. And not here is Jerry Williams, Karen Scallon, Mark Raymond Jr., John Moran, Sharon Hennessy, and Tabitha Taylor. And we would like for Lynette Fontenot, who was the chair of the Governor's Advisory Council on Disability Affairs. Her parents are here, so we'd like for them to come up and receive this award in her honor. Lynette passed away earlier this year, but served as the chair of the Governor's Advisory Council on Disability Affairs throughout his tenure in office until she passed away earlier this year. So we appreciate her leadership. And much of the progress we made for the disability community has been through the help of this group of people, individually, collective, and in conjunction with their organizations. They've shared a few of the successes that have been a highlight of the past 4 years and even 8 years, such as creating the State ADA Coordinator's Office, the restoration of rates for home and community-based services, the Bill of Rights for the blind and visually impaired, dental coverage for participants in group homes, increased voting rights for people with disabilities, including a Secretary of State ADA coordinator and advisory board, the Post-Secondary Inclusive Fund for students with intellectual disabilities, where $1 million was appropriated each of the past 2 years, improving the laws for school district special education advisory councils, giving parents and legal guardians stronger representation, improve the Louisiana ABLE accounts, enacting supported decision-making as a legal option, allocated a portion of taxes collected on sports wagering and medical marijuana for the Community and Family Support System Fund, created the Disability Services Fund to include all services for individuals who have a disability, the needs accommodation indication on the Louisiana State ID and license, also included law enforcement training regarding mental health, a study of a statewide transportation cost to identify opportunities for increased opportunities, and the Office of State Procurement implementing a policy requiring state contractors to have accessible websites. That is a lot. Thank you guys so much for all of your work. So do we take the group pictures? Take one big group picture, is that okay? Congratulations again to all of the Gold Award recipients. It's always been an honor every year to participate in the Gold Awards and being able to recognize such amazing people. As I said at the beginning, it is bittersweet that this is our last Gold Award in this administration, but I hope that This program continues for many years to come, and I plan to attend when it does. Thank you to all the recipients for all that you do. Thank you for all of the people who support the recipients in the work that they do in our communities. And thank you for our past staff, GOTA staff, current, KJ, Liam, Jolyn, Alacia, Jamar, Melanie, and Jessica, and Lillian. I think I got everybody. Thank you. I think it says a lot about our office that you guys all came together, and hopefully I wasn't a bad boss because y'all showed up today, so that says something. Huh? So thank you guys. Have a great rest of the year and a safe trip home. It was wonderful. It's a beautiful ceremony like it is every year, and we're just so glad we were able to come here and celebrate these wonderful people that we honor today.
How can people get more information?
They can go to the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs website and be able to see the recording of this video and of this program and any other information they want about disability affairs.